Eric, to the elections that are taking place today. And you've said these elections will determine if democracy lives to fight another day. Powerful words. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, that's true. In fact, the White House has been attempting to actually gain control of voter information. We know that President Trump has already begun looking at placing troops at polling stations in the United States, across the country. And also we're seeing, even today, Prop 50 in California. That's a ballot referendum to actually look at gerrymandering the state of California, which would actually undo the legacy, like a key legacy component of former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he put this in place that actually left drawing congressional districts to an independent body, which actually took the politics out of actually how you draw congressional districts. But because we are seeing President Trump inserting himself into elections all across the country, pushing red states to actually what we call gerrymander, so drawing districts to create greater advantages for Republicans in places like North Carolina, Texas, Indiana, and other red states. We now see California doing the same thing. And so this is going to be a consequential ballot initiative today that will determine if, in fact, blue states can actually keep up with red states in terms of drawing districts to give advantages to Democrats. So we're seeing sort of a political Cold War take place. And what happens today in these elections will determine if voters themselves will actually still have a voice when they actually cast their ballots.
Eric, not only is that different than how we see things done in Canada, but of course, today there are mayoral, gubernatorial, and attorney general races. This is not how we do things up here, but which races are the most important for us here in Canada to watch out for?
Well, in the United States, on election day, like what we're seeing, and this is an off year election. So we have the midterm elections taking place next year. And of course, what happens today is seen as a harbinger of what's to come. And so if Democrats actually hold serve, so if they win in key races in Virginia, where you've got a gubernatorial race, and also New Jersey, a deep blue state, and if Zohran Mamdani, who Donald Trump has been going to war with in New York City, if all three of those Democrats hold serve, then it is seen as Democrats will likely retake control of the House next year, because anytime Democrats have won all three of those seats going back 90 years, Democrats typically will retake the House of Representatives in the next midterm elections. So that's why those races are so important. Of those three races, I think the most important race is, of course, Virginia. Virginia is seen as a purple state, not necessarily red, not necessarily blue. And so that race has always been more of a test of where the country stands in terms of where we're headed electorally in the midterm elections. Right now, Abigail Spanberger, a three-term congresswoman and former CIA director, she's holding a massive lead over the lieutenant governor, Winston Searle-Ears, who is of course, a MAGA Republican. And also Donald Trump has made clear, if Mamdani wins in New York, he will cut off all funding to New York City, which is actually something that we've already seen start to happen in New York, where as a result of this government shutdown, the Trump administration has begun to pull back resources to blue cities and states, starting with New York.
Yeah, I mean, all news to follow throughout the day. And of course, we're following news of the budget here in Canada. So lots on the political front. Eric Ham, we appreciate you joining us live from Washington, not only on the legacy of the late Dick Cheney, but also on what's coming ahead for U.S. politics.
Thanks so much.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.